Hey, just a quick heads up. Content here may not appeal to everyone. If you don't resonate with what's shared here today, that's okay. We all have our own journey in life, so please respect our shit and we'll respect yours.
Okay, welcome to the Own Your Own Shit Show, where we talk about the mind-body connection and how your thoughts and feelings affect your physical body and your overall health. So I'm Lisa, and I'm from Beyond Balance. I'm a nurse, massage therapist, and a mind-body connection coach, and I help women release stress in their mind and their body.
Yeah, and I'm Andrea Coulter. I'm a doctor of medical health and homeopathy, and the founder of the Iome Healing System, which you can check out below. And today, I don't know, we were just kind of winging it.
We're just winging it. We were talking about depression last week, so hopefully you got a chance to check that out. And this week, we thought we'd go on the other end of the pendulum and talk about anxiety. And that's a big mental illness that a lot of people are kind of struggling with. That was something that I struggled with since at least between 3 and 6 years old. I remember worrying about dying and going blind and going deaf. Yeah, it was wild. I don't even know where these thoughts came from. But I wonder if I was kind of hypochondriac, or I was just always worried about what was going to happen.
Makes you wonder, though, what was going on in the household that made you that worried.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think there was a lot of tension.
Yeah. There's a lot of tension in my household, too.
Yeah, so that kind of led to the digestive troubles.
Yeah.
Because obviously, as we talked before, it goes kind of hand in hand. And it got so bad that I even contemplated suicide. It was too much. I just couldn't handle the pressures and the stress of everything. And it's like I was creating my own trauma and issues. And I know we were just talking, it was a lack of control. I think it just felt like there was no stability, I couldn't hang on to anything, so I started to try and control at least my external as much as possible.
And I think that happens a lot. I think when teenagers run into those anxiety issues, we were talking earlier that anxiety is when we hit our own threshold of ourself. We're talking about authentic self and knowing who we are. And if you have self-worth issues, you don't know who you are, and you don't know what's right and what's wrong, because life is chaotic, and maybe you're not in a stable household.
Lots of things.
We talked about how, and I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent here, which sometimes I do, and I'll try not to. But basically about, we're raised in a patriarchal society.
Yes.
Which is authoritative and control and do as I say and be good and do all these things, instead of a matriarchal society, which is mother's wisdom and growth, and we all support each other and we flourish and we all have our own place, and I teach you all that right from the beginning. We don't have that.
No.
So when teenagers hit that rebellious stage where they're trying to discover who they are, anxiety hits because you don't know who you are. You've never been allowed to just flourish and be. Right? And so now you're stressed and you're fearful to be you. Even though, you ever notice how when you are a teenager, you somewhere deep inside, you want to do this, this would feel really good. But you externally, patriarchal society has said, no, don't do that. And so you're like, okay, I'm just going to fit into this little paradigm over here. And we repress ourselves, right? Again, deny our anger, become depressed, And that anxiety, depression is that in-between phase of, I'm angry, but I'm not, I don't want to go either way. Like, I don't know the anger, so either I'm depressed or I'm anxious, I'm fearful.
Interesting. Right? You nailed me, because you did, because that's what was happening with me. I was very anxious, but I was also very angry, and I couldn't pinpoint why that anger was so potent.
Because you were being repressed.
Yeah. I was.
Yeah. You were.
The best part of being an adult is now you get to make choices.
Yes.
Do what you want.
Exactly. You can own your own shit. And love it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. again, I was raised to just be the good little girl and, you know, make everybody happy and alcoholic household and lots of anger and yelling and carrying on the weekends. And I was the savior. I was the one, because it was my father who was angry and violent when he was drinking, and he would beat on my brother. And I became the barrier, because Dad, I was the good little girl. I was always doing what he wanted, and he loved me. And so I could stand up to him and have no fear. He was never harmful to me. But I took on that role, you know, and that responsibility. And yet it's not, why would I do that? But I felt like I had to be the savior, right? The good girl, do everything right so that he could be, because I think ultimately I was trying to fix him. I was trying to make him happy. Right?
Yeah.
And in reality, as I get older, I learn that shit, I can't make anybody happy but myself.
Yep, you
right?
own your own shit.
Own my own shit. And he needed to learn to own his own shit, but he didn't get there. But anyway, it is what it is.
Too bad.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's, so the fears and the anxieties that come up in people are because, again, we're trying to rally ourselves, and we don't know how, right? We just don't have that wisdom.
No.
You know?
And you really mentioned, and I totally nailed it from you, the control thing.
Yeah.
Because there's so much going on. There's so much change happening now. You know, back in the day, people used to have one house and they'd grow up with the same neighbors and the same thing, go to the grocery store. Now it's like there's so many opportunities to bump into someone that you have never seen before.
True.
And then it starts to have these stressors of fear. Do I belong with this crowd? You know, are they going to like me? Who am I to them? You know, all those self-doubts.
Yeah, true. I mean, really, you can look at the whole social media stuff now.
It's huge.
Yeah. When I grew up, I really grew up with the phone attached to the wall.
It was better.
And I didn't have a cell phone, you know, I didn't have internet. I didn't, you know, Facebook and, you know, all of the... Did you hear recently that Instagram is trying out a new thing? I think it's only in Canada, where they're not showing the likes.
Yes. Yeah, I've been noticing that.
Yeah, because of people, of course, going, oh my God, they didn't like my picture. Oh.
Yeah.
It's a self-worth thing.
It is.
You know, I'm sorry, if you're depressed because people don't like your picture, we were talking about social media. Does it make you angry?
It must. I feel like it's a control thing, maybe.
Maybe.
Like I can't post my own stuff and who's going to see it, and I'm just trying to help people. And
then worried about what people say.
Yeah.
I mean, we all go through that, right? So I think the thing is with anxiety is we all have anxiety.
Yep.
You know, I mean, there's lots of times where I'm anxious, and I readily admit that I learned I'm a complete control freak. Yeah, which is probably why I'm a great entrepreneur, because
that's true.
I can own and I can you know, regulate, and I can figure, and I can, you know. But
get shit done.
I can get shit done.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, but the problem with that is that sometimes if it's not always going the way I think it should go, I can get anxious. Right? And then I get stressed, and then I get frustrated, and I mean, you know, all of those emotions.
Of everything.
Exactly. So I have to, you know, it's that balance between, okay, this is what I can do, and that's what we were talking about, is bringing it back to the moment. Right?
Being present.
Yeah, being present.
Yeah. Taking some deep breaths, going for a walk, being out in nature, drinking some water.
Exactly.
And
knowing what you can and can't control.
That's right. That's a huge one.
You know, God, what's the saying from Alcoholics Anonymous? You know,
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, God, I went to Alateen for years. Yeah, teenagers of alcoholics. Yeah, and it's having the. Geez, I can't remember the slogan. I had it so memorized for years. But the power to change what you can, and the wisdom to the power to change, to know what you can change, what you can't change, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yeah,
it's in their saying. Yeah, because it's understanding that there are some things in life we can control ourselves.
Yep.
And how we feel and how we think.
Yeah,
that's in our control. Yes. Everything else is out of our control.
Yeah, and we kind of have to just let it go.
Yeah.
Just let go of that necessity to control it.
Exactly. Trusting and allowing.
Yeah.
Again, the reason I got the Om symbol on my wrist was to remind myself every day, because I can be a control freak, is to release and to trust and to allow.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, to trust, you know, to release the things that I cannot control. and to know that it's okay, to know that the universe has my back.
Yeah.
You know, that was always a big one for me, is to remind myself when I'm feeling out of control, feeling anxious, and feeling, oh my God, what do I do with all this? To go, wait a second. It's okay, it'll all work out the way it's supposed to work out.
That's right.
And I will do what I can, and the rest I have to trust.
Yeah.
And then allow it to unfold as it needs to unfold. And just be present.
Yeah. And it's scary, especially.
Absolutely.
I've had, like I say, anxiety for years, like 30 years. And it doesn't feel right to just let things happen. But as soon as you do, it's the best thing you could ever do for yourself.
I know.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, as a bit of a control freak, when it's reminding myself, retraining myself to, okay,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah.
Just here.
Yeah.
And just see what happens. And what's amazing is when you're trying to control, and it's not happening, and you're like, what the hell? And then I go, wait a sec, I guess I can't control this. And I just trust and allow. Weirdly, within like a 24-hour period, it appears in the right way.
And it all works out. I love that.
I know.
No, it's true.
It is.
Like, how did that even happen? And then you're just like, that felt so good. Why can't I just do that the next time?
I know.
So then you can.
You can.
Best part of being an adult is you get to choose.
Exactly. Get to choose whether I do or I don't.
That's right.
Am I going to be anxious and control and feel stressed and worried and fretful, or am I going to go, meh, I trust.
Exactly.
The universe has got my back. What do I need to be doing? What can I do right now? We were talking about as entrepreneurs, right? How the only thing we can do is, what's the most important thing I can do right now to make myself feel happy, to be content, to maybe make a buck today.
Yeah.
You know,
take one step. That step
step
that's in front of you. Don't think about what's happening over there.
Exactly.
Take that one step, but take it.
Exactly.
Do it, even though it might be scary.
I'm going to do a quick little plug here.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing my daughter's I Am Wear. And because we were just talking about this. She's, you know, she started out when she was in high school, this company, and she's been up and down with it, up and down with it. And she's, you know, she's just trying to make it go. And she believes in empowering individuals to believe I am who I am. I am powerful. I am brave. I am unstoppable, right? But she's really struggled with owning being an entrepreneur and all the heartaches that go with it. It's not easy.
It's not easy,
you know,
but it's amazing.
It is, and that's what I told her the other day. I said, you know what? You've kind of done nothing for quite a few months with your business because you struggled because the shirts weren't maybe working out the way the printing, the ink didn't set right, and she got frustrated and upset. I get it, you know, it's life. And again, we all have ups and downs, and it's how you. I can't remember where I read this one, but it's not about, you know, the ups and downs. It's how you choose to face those ups and downs.
Like what you do with them.
Yeah, again, your choice. It's your freedom of choice. So to choose to make something positive out of it.
Yeah.
You know, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
That's right.
Yeah. I used to love those sayings. You know, you see those posters growing up and stuff.
They're so good.
We used to buy posters in high school, right?
Oh yeah.
We don't do that anymore because you got all your memes on your phone now.
That's right. Yeah. Which is actually
pretty cool.
It's good for someone who's anxious.
It's true.
You know, just a little funny little thing, and it'll kind of stir you up and make you laugh.
Exactly. Yeah. Find those things that bring you back down. Whatever that is. You know, we all have our thing that helps us to reground ourselves. Yeah. So find that one thing in your life that can stop you when you're feeling overwhelmed and anxious and bring yourself back into the moment. Yeah, that's my suggestion. And so, you know, hopefully we've given you some good thought, some good ideas with today. Thank you for joining in the conversation. We've had lots of fun. Yeah. And hope that it gives you some good ideas and understanding how our thoughts and our emotions really are affecting our life and not just our health. And maybe some ideas to go forward with that. If you'd like some more ideas, you could certainly, you know, look below. We have a link and you can go in and look for maybe the Stress and Anxiety and Overwhelm kit. After today would be a good idea. It's literally one of my best sellers on the IOMI system. You can check that out. Please follow us, subscribe. We have a Facebook page where you can, you know, come and visit us. And
It'd be great.
Yeah, and share your ideas.
Share your ideas. Yeah, let us know what your thoughts and feelings are on this episode. If you have anything that you want to learn about or you have questions about, just comment below. We could do a whole new episode on it, answer all your questions. And just know that, remember, you are the only thing in your life that you can control. So
Exactly. And until next week, be empowered, be authentic, and own it completely. Bye.
Don't forget to connect with us on your favorite social media sites so you can share your whole healthcare woes, wins, and other shit you'd like to discuss with us.
It's Friday.
it's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. It's Friday. It's It's fun. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Are you okay?
I'm choking.
Take a drink. Take a drink. I did it backwards again.
That's okay.
Apparently that's the way it's supposed to be said.